Full Heart Empty Pool is the 17th episode of the 36th season of The Simpsons. We're actually very near the end of season 36, according to Wikipedia. There are only 18 episodes in this season, and I'm quite impressed with how quickly they've been uploaded to Disney Plus in the UK, as usually it takes a little bit longer, and I quite appreciate that. This is a pretty decent episode. I rather enjoyed it. It's directed by Chris Clements, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode and share some thoughts. I don't actually have that many notes. I don't have a lot to say with this one, and it's not a reflection of my enjoyment, as I thought it worked really well. It's a very straightforward narrative. There's not necessarily a lot of variety in what happens, but I still enjoyed it. It starts off with a court case for Homer as he bought some pool machinery and it didn't go according to plan, and he actually ends up getting, I think it was $95. I didn't write it down, correct me if I'm wrong, but he got a small amount of money. So he bought some pool supplies, some pool noodles and things. But unfortunately, that's not going to make any difference because he'd built the hole in the ground for the pool, couldn't finish it. So now he has an empty pool and some pool supplies. And he's not feeling great. There's a Wikipedia article about him. And he starts to be concerned about his legacy. So he goes to feel sorry for himself in the pool hole. That's quite difficult to say. And while he's there, he's batting this ball around with a pool noodle that he's folded in half. And Grandpa joins in, and we have this lovely moment where Grandpa and Homer are playing with these pool noodles, and it's a lot of fun. And the game for Homer is where you have to bat it off the side of the wall, and it's supposed to bounce all of the way around, and there are different rules, and it looks a lot of fun. And they decide to call it Noodle Ball. And it seems to do really well. Everybody's really interested in it. And then some people not so much. The skater kids are saying that these empty pools belong to them, and there are a few problems along the way. But I have to say, it was nice to see the enthusiasm for this increasing, and Homer feeling proud that this could be his legacy. Even more amazing is that he and Grandpa were working together, and it was something that they could share together, and they could have this joint legacy for the Simpsons. And it was really happy and really upbeat, and I rather enjoyed it quite a lot. And then the interest dwindles as there are problems, and somebody comes along, the avocado guy comes along and offers to build them this stadium to help save Noodle Ball and the reputation. Seems like a brilliant offer, and Homer and Grandpa even try some avocado and they like it. I've never had avocado. I have no recollection of having ever tried it, and I keep meaning to, but it looks all gross and squishy, and I'm kind of scared. But Homer and Grandpa were quite happy, and there is a caveat. Grandpa's not allowed to be involved, and this is because the avocado guy wants to market Noodle Ball to the 40s to 60s market, and Grandpa's a little older than the 40s to 60s market, and they don't think it'll be a good image. And Homer is desperate to make this legacy with Noodle Ball that he kind of just doesn't tell Grandpa. Did Homer do the right thing? Not at that point, no. But I feel like he was very torn, and I don't think he was happy with his decision. I think that that's really important. Had he decided to just agree with Avocado Guy, not tell Grandpa, but also not feel any emotional repercussions, I don't think that would have been a good look for Homer. So, sure, he maybe didn't make the best decision, but also at the same time, I think the emotions he felt were very believable and perfectly understandable. And quite quickly, Homer stands up for Grandpa in another really sweet moment that I really thoroughly enjoyed. And it was short-lived because they start playing Noodle Ball and both very quickly get injuries. So that's basically where we end the episode. And I think it's a very straightforward narrative. Everything flows really well. The pacing is really great. I thought the intro was really strong as it was completely unclear what was going on. It actually starts off with Andrew, the stereotypical teenage character. I don't even know if I knew he had a name. I might have done it at some point. He's the squeaky voiced teen, and it starts off with him, and I was thinking, what's this got to do with anything? Are we following his story? His part of the narrative is that he wants to ask out a girl called Amy to prom, and he's then roped into this court case because he sold the equipment. And it was a really interesting intro, and I think everything flowed really well from that point. I really enjoyed the narrative. The pacing was great. Lovely seeing Homer and Grandpa working together. Not for the first time. We do see them working together occasionally, and it's always really nice, and I think there are some good messages in this as well, largely about not being ageist and saying that Grandpa's too old to play. Granted, he then did hurt himself, but nevertheless, I think there are some good takeaways, and ultimately, it's just a really sweet episode, very creative, and ultimately one that I rather enjoyed. We only have one more episode left, and I assume this will be on Disney Plus in the UK next week, because they seem to be releasing one a week, which is a shame. I've really enjoyed this series. I'll reflect more in the next discussion, but season 36 has been pretty decent, and Full Heart, Empty Pool is definitely a good episode of The Simpsons.